Good morning. Here we are.
We are here.
We are here. We are ready. We've got a really, really great show today, and I'm so excited to talk about this because if there's one thing that Fusion Marketing loves, it's getting our clients more calls and more business. That's our mantra. That's our slogan. So we think today it would be kind of fun to kind of put that slogan into action and show you some real life case studies. And these are just success stories that we hope will help give your own business some inspiration and some tools to help. So let's just dive right in.
Yay! For that new intro. Woo-hoo.
We're all about pumping people up.
I felt like getting up there for a minute. Woo!
We were doing our cheerleader moves in the background.
I'm like, yes, that is awesome. Great job, Sarah, as always. And also shout out to the new set here too. And you've been busy.
Yeah, I like to mix it up. Keep things interesting, right?
I love it. This is beautiful. And also are celebrating our 10th year. So that's pretty cool to get that on there also. So anyway, I'm pumped up after that.
Yeah, good. We're off to a good start.
Yes, we are. Let's keep it rolling. All right. Welcome, everybody. Looks like we already have some early birds. Goodness, you guys are up early. Melissa, Gail, and Cindy. Yes, welcome to Marketing Mix. Every week we're going to mix up digital marketing segments. It could be tips, trends, Q&A. Today we're going to do a really cool thing. I think you're all going to enjoy it, but we're going to go over some case studies so that you can kind of see, does my business fit in any one of these, and how maybe it will help you take your game to the next level. So let's look at our broadcast quickly.
Yeah, before we get going today, we want to just remind everyone that we go live every single week on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And don't forget to check out our podcast, Marketing and Mike, and always follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn because this show replays on those social platforms. And one more thing, our YouTube channel. You want to go on there because, as we say, every week we're putting out new videos, and these are all free resources for you to help your business in digital marketing. So gotta check it out. Subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we have some more people on. Roxy, Steve, Levon checking in. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for tuning in and comment so we know you're here. We want to acknowledge all of our awesome followers and viewers today. So Glenna, you've always approached new clients with the mindset of kind of providing them only what they need. And I think that that's so valuable and important to have that personalized approach. And I feel like clients really appreciate that. So what's your strategy with that?
Well, you're exactly right. We do so many things. And when you talk about digital marketing, there's so many different aspects that go into that. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be a fit for every single person that we talk to. So Rob and I have always taken the approach of let's go talk to the potential client and really listen. We're not going to shove things in their face that, first of all, are going to cost them money that they don't need to be spending, but it's not really going to help them overall. So we'll sit down with them, take a look at everything that they have. And sometimes we just make tweaks and we find out exactly what their goals are. That's very important. So it may be a complete overhaul if they're interested. And even if it's a complete overhaul, we may take it like step by step if that's what fits them the best. So could be that, or we could just be doing a website, or we could just be doing social media. It's really all in what the customer needs. And I think what's so exciting about this segment is you're going to see all the different things that we've done for people. And it may not be a whole overhaul, but we've made been able to make adjustments for them and increase their business. So hopefully you can find yourself in one of these cases.
Yeah, that's what we thought would be helpful, is to just cover all of, we have a wide range of services, but we want to kind of touch on particular clients that, they needed some little tweaks. So they had some particular pain points, and, hopefully this can help you if you see anything that could help your own business. So we're going to go through this one by one. So let's start with
branding. All right. Branding. And again, you can think of your business along these lines when we're talking about these things. Branding means getting yourself out there, getting your brand out there, your logos out there, what you stand for. You may have a problem that nobody knows you exist. But then we may, and in this case, we checked searches and that kind of thing. We checked SEO, and it didn't seem like a real good fit for him. So we decided to basically just do a branding package and make sure that we could get his name out there. So here's some of the things that we worked on. And this is some of the things that you could work on if you have the same problem that nobody knows you exist. So in this case, it was a franchise owner, and he was brand new. And he needed to establish himself, or he needed to establish his name. He had limited marketing resources from corporate and really no guidance at all. A lot of times franchises just put you out there and you're kind of on your own. So again, he wanted to make a name for himself, and we needed to do it as fast as possible and build that brand awareness as quickly as we could. So that was a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that was his thing. He needed that name recognition as quickly as possible. And that's kind of what branding is all about. So our solution was really trifold. We wanted to do heavy social media, branded graphics, and some Facebook ads. So the big key here was to just, make sure that he had a presence on social media. And how you do that is you really brand all your content, all of your posts. So we did real customized graphics. And everything within those graphics was showcasing his work, because he wanted to get it out there as quickly as possible. Here's everything that I'm doing so you can see it. And utilizing Facebook ads was huge. We've touched on Facebook ads before, but that is a great way to reach an extended audience. And on Facebook, it's really great for building that brand awareness and that name recognition, which is exactly what he needed. So he wanted to, this frog, I love it. I love it. It always messes with me in the morning. We'll be done with this show and I've got no problems.
8:08, here it comes.
Right, 8:08, it triggers. We'll end the show and I can sing. So the Facebook ads are so great because you could reach an extended audience. And Facebook was the perfect platform for this, because you wanted to get eyes on it quickly. And we were all about we were going to put his social media and take it to the hills, and really get it out there. So,
yeah. And part of the consultation, again, when we talked to him, is that we determined that his demographics, or the people that he wanted to target, they spend most of their time on Facebook. Those were homeowners that maybe had a little extra money to do cleanup and, have things hauled away. So we really paid attention to his demographics and determined Facebook was the best place. Now, could we have spread him out other places and spent a lot more money? Well, yeah, but he didn't have it. It was a brand new business. So we keep those things in mind. So as a result, we did flood Facebook. Let me tell you, the results were amazing. Now, I'll tell you, he helped a lot, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But in just a short amount of time, we increased his social media followers, and particularly on Facebook, 203%. I mean, that's huge. We determined that he wanted to be known in Shelby County, so that's what we targeted. We were able to reach over 14,000 people with doing Facebook ads. Again, putting Facebook on steroids, basically. And then he is now booked out for a week. So he now has a constant stream of new customers because we keep doing this. And that's the key. You have to be consistent. We always talk about consistency. And in anything you do, especially social media and Facebook ads, you have to be consistent. Now, like I said, he helped a ton. We do what we do and we can get results. But if we have a partner, or we can partner with a customer and say, wow, if you could just do these little things, it would really take it to the next level. So he was very good at doing that himself. And wow, it just made all the difference in his business. So that's,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's an exciting one. So
Yeah.
Branding, we determine where we need to put you, and there we put you there and put it on steroids, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and this one was just a tremendous success story, because everything just worked together beautifully to get him. So let's talk about our next service, pay-per-click campaign. So we want to talk a little bit about pay-per-click in case some don't quite understand what that's about. But pay-per-click, it's really great when you need to reach a wider audience. I mean, a lot of times with Google and search engines, when you do a search, it'll limit you. It'll limit your geographical location. So sometimes it's really helpful to use a pay-per-click campaign to reach an audience really fast and have a way to really fine-tune and target your demographics, because pay-per-click is excellent at really getting down to the specifics of exactly who your target audience is, and then kind of developing those keywords that are going to match with it. So let's talk about the challenge. So this particular business, they wanted to reach a larger area of prospects. They had their services, but their services were limited to their location. So they wanted to reach a wider audience. They needed a quick solution. So he needed something quick and affordable that could get him fast results. And then he wanted to target his audience directly. So he wanted to, I just want to find where my ideal customers are, and that's who I want to zero in on. So our solution with that was the pay-per-click campaign. Specifically with pay-per-click, we did Google Ads, and then we did an extensive keywords, which was huge. So we really wanted to create an extensive keyword list with kind of robust negative keywords, just designed to really only appeal to his ideal prospects. And then along the way, just kind of fine tune his campaign based on clicks and conversions. And we would just analyze the analytics on how the ads were performing, just to make sure that we were constantly capturing that those key demographics. So
yeah, exactly right. And again, the consultation, huge key for the situation, because when this guy called us, I was like, and he found us on Google. Rob and I were talking about it. I'm like, this is dirt.
Yeah,
we're selling dirt.
Sell dirt.
So Rob will tell people we're so good we can sell dirt, but it's really a lot more than that. He does specific dirt and I guess materials for tracks and baseball fields and the warning track that goes around them. And so it's a little bit more than that. But I was like, really? So if you think that there's not a digital marketing campaign for you, you are probably wrong, because it's working. And you're right. His problem was SEO wasn't going to work because we couldn't cover a big enough area for him. I mean, he wants to cover the whole Southeast, and he even has some customers up north. So that wasn't going to work. Pay-per-click was our only option for this. So yeah.
And boy, let me tell you, he got some great results.
Exactly. Now this is on average. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I said, and I mean, he got some great results. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he always does. And I can tell you that we know when things are working without even looking at results, because we can never get him on the phone. He's so busy. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, he averages 47 leads per month. Now, think about that. This is stuff that he's selling tons of this dirt at every lead that he gets. So that's a lot of money. 47 of those is huge. He averages about 268 clicks to his website, but that's, again, not really where the people are coming from. They're coming from the ads, and they're clicking right through to call. Keywords, a good percentage on a pay-per-click campaign is 4 to 5%, even 2 to 3%. What click-through rate means, somebody sees the ad, they click on it, to come to either a landing page or in this case his website or wherever we're sending them. I mean, we're getting 10 to 20% click-through rate for him. So again, you can see how that all adds up. And he's thrilled, we're thrilled. And again, it's not really to toot our horn so much as to say that pay-per-click can be very powerful in the right situation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really the whole purpose of this, is to take apart these services, because each one of them needed a unique solution. And so that's kind of what we want to help explain here. Alrighty, social media. So social media, this was another fun one. With this particular one, it was a real estate industry. And we all know, if Cindy's watching, you know, the real estate industry, you really got to find a way to kind of stand out in that kind of cluttered market, so to speak, in that industry. So what this particular client wanted was a way to create a presence for herself that was unique, that was separate from the saturated industry. And she also wanted to get the message across of what she was about to potential buyers. She wanted them to understand her values and build that trust, so that they, you know, a little bit of that branding. So she really wanted to get that message out to the potential home buyers.
Well, so, and I want to say good morning to Daniel and remind you guys, we see that there's how many people are on here, but we don't know if you're here unless you comment. So make sure you drop us a hello. And we would love to say hi back to you. So anyway, so let's look at her challenge. All right. And again, like you said, Cindy's listening. If you're in the real estate market, mortgage, all of those people, there's so many of them that it's hard to stand apart. So tell us what her challenge was again.
Well, her challenge really was just that she wanted to develop that consistent messaging that focused on telling her story and her brand values. And then through that, kind of connect with potential home buyers and make a name for herself.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And so we had so much fun with this, because anytime you bring up social media, video, and StreamYard, Sarah and I are all over that because we love it. And we're using StreamYard for this broadcast right now. So yeah, we had to do some stuff to make her stand out. So we launched a video campaign through StreamYard, and Sarah had a lot of fun creating all of her cool graphics and everything. We helped her put together weekly videos where she would highlight her community. I thought this was so cool. Now, there may be a few people doing this, but there's not a lot. So it really made her stand out. She concentrated on a smaller community, but went and made them feel part of it. So right there, she already had an audience that she was cultivating. So she highlighted those stores and the cute little shops and everything. But then she took the video to the next level. And again, this is something that Sarah and I put together for her, an actual plan. It wasn't just like, hey, go do videos. No, we actually had a step-by-step plan and what days and times she had to get these done. So she also took the video to be able to offer tips. Now, can any realtor offer tips? Yeah, obviously. But when you're doing it on video, you get a bigger audience that feels like they know you. They get comfortable with you. And then they get to think that is the professional I want to deal with, because they are obviously an expert if they have all of this knowledge. And then we developed a monthly series where she could help prospects understand each stage of the real estate transaction, which I think is huge. If you've ever bought a house, you don't know everything that's involved. So it was just really fun. We had a blast.
It was really fun. And I think that was the whole mission, was for her to be a trusted resource and not to be somebody that was just like, you know, look at all my numbers, look at what I'm selling, look at what, you know, just me. She really didn't want that message. Hers was more about, I want to talk about that I'm a good resource. I'm going to walk you through the process. So, that's what we captivated. So the results were wonderful. I mean, she really built that reputation. She had so many that would kind of contact and reach to her as just a knowledgeable expert. Her videos did absolutely great. Like Glenna said before, she would do community highlights. She would talk about upcoming neighborhoods. So it was so educational for the viewers, and they reached an average of 200 to 500 views. And then her social media got quite a boost with 30% increase in followers. So that was tremendous.
Yeah. So if you're in an industry where you're sitting there and you're like, I'm surrounded by thousands of other people who do exactly what I do, you might think about delving into video.
Mm-hmm.
We really say we love to brainstorm. We really do, and come up with different plans for people. So anyway, if you find yourself in a saturated market, you can stand apart. That's the whole point of that case study.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. SEO.
Oh my gosh, my favorite.
What a favorite.
like nobody knows. Did I already say good morning to Daniel? If I didn't, I'm saying good morning again. And Alex Foreman, good morning. You guys are showing up today.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Yes. So say hi to us again. We can't see you if you don't say hi. So we do appreciate that. All righty. Yes, SEO. All right. If you find yourself, this is for these businesses, think about this if you're in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting some business, but you're also seeing your competitors getting a lot more business, you probably need to come to us and have us do an analysis, like an SEO analysis, because there's probably a reason they're getting more of the piece of the pie than you are. And it's probably has to do with SEO.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in home service industries, it is a huge competition to see who can get, most of the business in the area. So in this situation, it was a moving service, but you can insert basically any home service industry. They were struggling to promote their business online because they don't have time. They don't have time and they don't know where to start. Customers were definitely searching for them, but we're finding everybody else except for them. So we did, like I said, an analysis, and they were actually, the bad thing about this, Sarah, is they were actually paying someone for SEO services, but getting little results or no results. So
it's so discouraging.
It's so discouraging, and it was kind of a big challenge for us to say, well, we can do it better.
Yeah.
Because they did not see any good results. So anyway, that was their challenge: get more eyes and leads on their business, improve their online presence, set themselves apart from their competition. And again, because they weren't seeing any results, it was kind of a hard sell. And it took me a while to convince them that we could do it better. But anyway.
Yeah, that's always hard when they've kind of been burned, so to speak, a little bit, that they felt like they tried something and they didn't see the results. They're like, I just don't, this isn't working. But yeah, that's the beauty about SEO is that, if you're finding like, why is this other business everywhere? Like, why am I not seeing, why is everybody seeing my competitor and not me? So SEO, that was our big solution to this, was to just do a really comprehensive SEO strategy, centered around positioning their brand as like a brand authority in the industry, get more visibility in the search results to capture those leads, convert them into customers, improve those keyword rankings and search volume in order to get that traffic. Like, that was the main goals. We wanted to get eyes on their business, show what sets them apart. When people are searching for it, they wanted to be visible. That's what they weren't getting. That was our main driving force. And this was another one that was like, oh, so great. I mean, so great.
It was great, especially once we got started.
Yeah.
Like I said, took a little convincing to say, just give us a shot.
Yeah.
And I will give us a little plug, because we don't have any contracts. That helped. We're like, let us just prove ourselves for a few months and show you. So basically, results were absolutely wonderful. And again, this is why SEO is my number one thing that I love so much. It's because we can help businesses grow, get the revenue in that they need. They were struggling a little bit. So check this out. All right, they're a moving company. when he told me this, I was just floored. So last year, they were averaging 25 moves per month. Now they are averaging 25 moves per week. So, I mean, let that stick in your head a little bit. So obviously they needed more trucks. So they had to add more trucks to their fleet. But what's even cooler is they hit $1 million in total revenue for the first time ever. And I mean, that first month, it was just like, this was golden. This was
didn't golden. They get something like 200 calls the first month?
It was crazy. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm not saying this would happen for everybody. This was kind of on steroids. We would bring you in some calls for the first month, but yeah, 200 was really crazy. So it was like the perfect storm.
Yeah. Yeah, and adding more trucks. And that's the thing that I love. I mean, and I know you and Rob get so excited about this, but you're like, hey, if we're trying to reach them and they're like, we can't talk, we're so busy. Yeah. It's the greatest feeling. And this is like, that's what I love is our goal is exactly the same as our clients. Like, we want to get you more business. We want to get the phone ringing. That is what we strive for. So it's so exciting when they're just seeing these amazing results. We love it. We love it for them.
It's so fun. So if you find yourself in that situation, SEO may be the perfect solution for you. Now we did pair it with social media. We'll say that because that is part of our SEO package. But SEO can be very powerful in the right solution. Mm-hmm. It's not for everybody, and we'll be the first one to tell you that. So anyway, I guess we can move on.
that was a real good feel good one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to custom websites. We've got two more of these that we want to highlight. So this is a property management business. So let's talk a little bit about what their challenge was with the website situation.
Again, our business is so cool because every day, every customer, every potential customer we talk to is different. Mm-hmm. So this was really different. This was not a company struggling. They weren't brand new. They've been around for years and years and years. And kind of in the good old boy network, everybody was like, referring them all over the place. I mean, they were managing huge properties. We're talking I think a Home Depot kind of level. So they weren't used to losing at all. And this lady called me. She's like, you've got to help me. She told me the whole story, and she said, we lost our first big, and she goes, I don't mean big, I mean huge account. And this has never happened to us. And the number one reason is because the company said, you don't look legitimate. You don't even have a website. Mm-hmm. If you're a legitimate business and so-called do all these wonderful things, why can't I find you?
Wow.
So she's like, I need a logo. She said, we don't even have a logo. So she said, I need a logo. I need a website. So it was really hitting their credibility online. Yeah. And I talk about this all the time. First impressions are huge. First impressions are huge with people. They're also huge with your business. So the challenge, again, she needed a website to gain credibility and that first impression. Mm-hmm. You have to start there to build your reputation online. Otherwise, nobody knows you're there. And they had so many services, Sarah, oh my gosh, that you wouldn't even know all the things they offered because you couldn't find it anywhere. So we had to make sure we could highlight all the things that they did and create more opportunities and ways for people to find them online. So we built them a beautiful website. You have to start somewhere. Anyway, that's my preaching on first impressions, but you have to start there even if you do nothing else.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So to talk about our solution, the first and foremost was to create a nice custom website. They needed a redesign of their logo. So we did a new logo design, and all of this in the hopes was that, hey, look, now that we've got to get this website up to create more visibility so that it gives an opportunity for people to find them online. And ultimately get some more customers that way. And like you said, they needed to get all their services. Nobody knew what all they did. I mean, it worked until it didn't. It was kind of like their system worked until it didn't. And the main thing was just we got that real user-friendly, responsive website, new logo design, and they also saw some real great results.
Yeah, exactly. And just from a website, but in their industry, that's what people were checking out. You know, they already knew their name, and anyway, so they want to make sure that they look legit. So results, online presence, obviously, so people can find you and at least check your business out. You want to establish your credibility, and then it gives you more opportunity. If you have one central location where people can find what you do, that's so important.
It is so
important. We talk about the website as the hub of your whole business. You can't afford to do anything else. You need to have one, even if it's just a one-page website. You need to look like you know what you're doing until you can actually prove you know what you're doing.
Because everybody's going to check you out, and they're gonna do their own little research. And if they're trying to and they can't find you, it's going to end real quick.
Yep.
Okay, so our last one, and this one, they're all exciting, but this one was a real doozy.
Well, yes, we talk about digital optimization.
Yeah, I think this is a digital transformation, but wow, we talk about digital optimization.
Optimization will make a transformation.
Yes.
All right, so when we talk about digital transformation or digital optimization, what do we mean? This means that we're throwing the whole thing at them. We're throwing the whole recipe at them because we've done our analysis, and they basically check all the boxes. And if we do the right recipe, then we know it's a no-brainer. So this is like our complete package. Okay. All right. So here's the challenge. And I will say it was a pest control company. I don't know if we mentioned that again, but again, home service industries, this is a golden solution for you. So if you're in that industry, think about this. Think about if this is you. You have zero online presence, okay? If you're not on the internet anywhere, this could work for you. We needed to build more brand awareness, make sure that people knew they're out there, and obviously bring them more calls. What do we say? We always bring more calls, which means more business. So that obviously was the challenge that we needed to handle.
Yes, absolutely. So the solution here was just to really build that online presence from scratch. So, I mean, like you said, it was everything but the kitchen sink. It might be we might have put the kitchen sink in there, but it was implementing everything. I'm talking SEO and social media. All of this was the goal to just increase visibility, get them out there, drive customers to their website, drive customers to their business, get the phone ringing, increase traffic, get out there. I mean, get out there. And again, the SEO is a key thing too, is because, you know, with SEO, it's like building equity. So they really wanted to sustain that with themselves, of that online visibility, of getting customers, seeing them everywhere. So this was, I mean, and they wanted one company to do everything. They didn't want to have to, you know, I'm going to call, you know, oh, you don't do that. They're like, we need it all. We need one company to do it all.
Yeah. And with digital marketing, whether it's us or anybody else, you really need to stick with one company that you can trust and bringing you results, because the last thing you want to do, and we've talked about it on other marketing mixes, is get too many people involved, because you don't want to confuse the internet. You need to have a cohesive message and make sure that you're doing everything in order that the search engine gods want you to. All right. So we started off with one site, and with this kind of package, and if you're a home service industry, we can make you appear that you have multiple locations, whether you do or not, so that people can find you in every area. So we started off with one site, one location, and now we are up to 11 locations that we have created for this company, because they wanted to grow throughout the state of Alabama. And we average, this is absolute craziness. And I will tell you, out of those 11 locations, we're just now getting 2 or 3 of them set up. So those 420 calls per month don't even count the new ones that we have coming in. So this is craziness. This is crazy calling. Crazy calls. They've had to hire several people to even be able to answer all the calls. And then they get over 1,200 new visitors to their website each month. And because they have a really nice website, those 1,200 visitors are looking around. We have all the analytics. Again, we track every single thing. The average number of pages that each visitor is looking at, 4 to 5. So they're interested in what this company has to offer. And this company is busy and has grown like crazy. So, but I will say this, they've been with us for several years. So with this type of solution, things just build and build and build and build. So it gets more as you go along too. So great. So yeah, if you're there and you need more business, this might fit you, this whole digital optimization package.
Yes. Yeah. And, and really sometimes you just don't know what you need. The bottom line is I want more business, but I'm not quite sure what route to take. And, it's okay. You don't have to know. You just, that's what I'm saying. If you kind of see some of these services that we've gone through and some of these, really the situation that they were facing, the whole key of this is if there's some of them, you're like, I'm kind of feeling that with my business, you know?
Yeah, exactly right. And again, it's been interesting kind of showing this to everybody, but put yourself in these positions. And as always, we would love to talk to you, love to do a free consultation. And like we mentioned a little bit ago, we love just brainstorming because there are some things that you can do on your own to get yourself started. We realize not everybody starts off with a big budget. So we might be able to get you started and down the road a little bit, but love to have a conversation with you. So I think those were the solutions we were going to present today, and hope you got something out of it and saw yourself in those examples.
Yes. So that's it for us today, and appreciate everyone watching. And next week we've got another new show. We've got another fun one coming up. We're gonna have more faces on here next week.
Yes, we are. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little fun one next week. So don't miss out on that one. So thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.